Well, the Mystic Wand held item just got a pretty big buff. Not only does it increase Shawchi's range attack stat by 50%, it also increases Shawchi's range defense stat by 50% as well now. So yeah, let's check it out. First one, let's go over the set. We're running 200 speed TPs with a very nimble personality to be as fast as possible, with the 200 range attack TPs letting us hit as hard as possible on the range side. The 12 energy TPs will get us to 253 energy at level 50, which will let us use 1 Piece of Mind, 3 Foul Enchants or Frost Beams, and then 3 Pyrokinesis. And then the 88 health TPs are leftovers. For the held item, there's only one option, and that is the Mystic Wand. This item will increase our range attack and range defense stats by 50%, with the small downside of only Shawchi being able to benefit from it. Then for the ability, we're going to be using the secret ability, Sharp Focus, which will boost all of our inaccurate moves to 100% accuracy, although the moves will cost 10% more energy. And finally for the moves, we're running Piece of Mind to set up, to deal more damage and to become bulkier. Foul Chant is going to be our strongest stab option. And then the last 2 moves are going to be our coverage options. I've gone with Frost Beam, which will let me hit popular tanks like Plasmoth and Wiki Wiki, and Pyrokinesis to hit other popular tanks like Lashent and Tyrex. But there are some other options like Thunderstrike to hit bulky water types, or Elemental Burst to hit ancient and spirit types. Okay then, I see a couple of tanky Loomians like Venolin, Lashent, and Phagenot. I can be all of them. Although because I don't have Elemental Burst, Cosme or Meatball form might be a little tough for us to get through. Okay, I was gonna lead off with Ragoon, but I actually think leading off with Shawchi might be the best thing for me. That is Adorigo. Unfortunately, again, I don't have Elemental Burst. Elemental Burst here would have been pretty crazy, because we can probably shrug off a Dark Surge pretty easily, even a Draco Beam. So yeah, I think I am going to stay in low, and I'm just going to go for a Frost Beam to deal some damage. They go for Baffle, that's fine. I get a little bit of chip damage on whatever switches in. Which is Terrafly. That is completely fine. Terrafly most likely will live this, but I mean, that's still pretty good damage. And I got the Frostbite, that is actually pretty huge. Now, I'm actually running very nimble on my Shawchi. I think that means I might outspeed the Terrafly, because these are what? Generally just nimble brawny? I think I'll risk it. I'll go for Pyro because any move here will knock it out. And yep, we outspeed it. Okay. See ya later, Terrafly. Actually a pretty scary Loomian for my team. My best switching for it is probably Yursnak, but if it has an air-type move, gonna be questionable. There's Nevermare. I don't think a very nimble Shawchi is gonna outspeed a nimble Nevermare. Also, I really don't have a switch into this. All 3 of the tanky Loomias I brought, Infernix gets hit by Ancient, Wiki Wiki gets hit by Parasitize, it has that now, and Yursnak gets hit by Spirit type moves, so I am screwed. Okay, thinking about their team, I think Yursnak might be fine to get rid of. I could also probably switch into Ragoon here, but Yursnak is the most likely Loomian on my team that can probably take 2 hits, so at the very least I can try and get a little bit of damage. I could also Baffle out, maybe as well, but no, I'm going to go for Shadow Sprint for a little bit of damage, and they actually go for the Withdraw. So, either they don't have a Spirit type move, which I feel like that would be pretty weird, or they are gloves maybe, or like boots. Maybe they're trapped into Primal Slash, but I feel like they probably should have just hit me again anyway. But yeah, here I will let Yursnak take a hit. I think we might live. I don't know about the shell. Okay, I think the shell actually mattered, which does pick up the KO. That's fine though. We have got Ragoon, so I can steal its ability, which honestly wouldn't be a bad idea just so like later on in the battle, if they save Lidorigo, it's not going to be anywhere near as threatening. But I have got Stratosaur just to threaten it out immediately. Yeah, I think the safer play is just Stratosaur, Soul Burst, and I'll actually burn my Soul move here as well, just to make sure this thing goes down. Okay, they do go for withdraw into Phage Knot. Now, I did actually say, like, in the intro for this battle, this might be a tanky Phage Knot, but from what people have actually been telling me, most Phage Knots are actually ran offensive now, so either way, I think this will do like a pretty decent amount of damage. Phage Knots, if it is offensive, doesn't really have any defense investments, but if it is defensive, generally don't have much range defense investment, right? That's usually Ellie Phage, not Phage Knots. But anyway, let's see how much damage we do. Either way, I think we just switch into Shawchi or Wiki. That did a lot of damage. A little bit hard to say, it might be defensive, maybe that has like a lot of health investment. It's honestly rough to say, I don't use Stratosaur nearly enough. I'm gonna go Wiki because I'm assuming they're gonna go for Zip Zap. Oh, actually Jolt, okay. Definitely offensive Len. But yeah, I didn't want to go Shawchi in case like Zip Zap. It would just basically invite the Nevermere back into the battle, which I'm not a big fan about. Here, Len, we can go for Poison. Sure. Phage Knot doesn't really threaten us. I'm assuming maybe Nevermere here. Venolin, okay. This is fine. We can't really deal that much damage to it with Wiki, but we can just hard switch out here into Shawchi and just start firing off big, and I mean big foul chance. We probably could have gone for Herbal Remedy before I hard switch, but we'll just hard switch immediately. Straight into a poison, which does suck, but it's fine. I don't think that's really going to cause us that many problems. And hey, my Wiki isn't poisoned, I guess, which is probably a good thing. Okay, I'm going to go for Foul Chan. I'm assuming Dorigo's most likely going to switch in low. No, actually, Nevermere. I was actually kind of tempted to go for Frost Beam for the Dorigo. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. But yep, Nevermere is on the field. I'm going to hard switch into Stratosaur here. We can definitely take one hit, and then we should outspeed it. Okay, Parasitize. I just want to try and give it as little health back as possible, and that's actually the best switch in for me. Or actually, I should say, my only switch for Parasitize, because the Urusneck is dead. Okay, well, I guess we're clicking a Metal Blast. Yep, just click Metal Blast. We might knock out the Nevermere. Okay, we do. Nice. It would have been pretty close. It might have been safer going for Dissonant Chord. I think that actually is a little bit stronger. But it's fine. They go into Phage Knots. I go into... I think we just go Wiki. I want to go Shawchi, but because I'm poisoned, I don't want to take, like, an electric type hit. I'm going to be put pretty weak now. So if I'm going to want to go into Shawchi now, I'm probably going to have to try and Herbal Remedy into it, most likely. There's Dorigo. I mean, yeah, this is pretty scary. Not gonna lie, this is very scary. I have still got Stratosaur low. I could just hard switch Stratosaur here. Yeah. There's no downside to me doing this. We're most likely gonna see a Draco Beam, right? And I should take one decently. We already got rid of the shell. Yeah, I could do that quite a few times. I'm pretty sure I will get rid of the Phage Knot with it constantly switching in quicker than they can get rid of my Stratosaur with Dorigo's Draco Beams. So yep, we just go for Metal Blast here. They actually stayed in, so Dorigo is down. Now my Shawchi is looking pretty good. We just have to like basically get rid of a couple of fast attackers. Most of the Nevermere, I could have probably handled the Dorigo. Definitely better if I had Elemental Burst, so just removing it makes my life a little bit easier. I will go Wiki here. This could potentially have Rock Slide now, right? Adaptive Assault, okay. Would have been cool. It would have been so cool if it was Rock Slide. I got poisoned from that as well. I'm gonna go for Herbal Remedy, and I'm just gonna go and get Shawchi into the battle, just to start throwing off damage now. Okay, they go for another Adaptive Assault, that's completely fine. My Wiki is basically dead, so it doesn't really matter what I do here. If I want to keep it around, I would need to dodge here, but I don't think I really need it. I think I'll be fine. I've got Ragoon, Stratosaur, and Shawchi. I think we'll be fine. And I actually haven't used Dragoon this entire battle, so I still actually have my ability thief if I need to steal an ability. But yep, free Shawchi switch in. That is fine. We're just gonna go for Foul Chant now, right? I could actually go for Peace of Mind, but I don't think we need to. I think we just do so much damage. Phase Knot probably can't take a hit. I actually outspeed it. Love to see it. Yeah, that's gone. And then we can hit the Venilon for super effective damage, so... okay. A little upsetting. I didn't get to see the Lashent, but it's fine. And yeah, the Venilon was the only thing left, and Shawchi was clearly just gonna either one-shot it, or two-shot it, maybe if I'm like slightly missing the one-shots. Okay, next battle, I see a Nulla Venilon and a Nulla Lashent. Let's see if they actually bring the Lashent this time. Okay, I'm actually just gonna lead off with my Shawchi and see what happens. Although for this specific matchup, it might have been better to lead off with my Dragoon to steal an ability, but that's fine. Here, I have actually got Pyro to hit the super effective. I kinda wanna go for a Peace of Mind though. I have got Wicket in the back, so if my Shawchi just take a little bit too much damage earlier in the battle, I can try and Herbal Remedy to heal it up a little bit later. Okay, they go for the withdrawal into Ikazune. Rainbow Wisp! Oh, it looks so good! But yeah, I think we should be fine. If this Ikazune has Blaze of Glory, I will let it knock me out. Oh. Well, they just didn't click a move, what? Well, that was a little unfortunate. I actually really wanted to battle against that team. It looked like a pretty good matchup for Shawchi. Anyway, moving on, let's try this team, which also looks pretty good. Also, looks really interesting, we'll say. Okay, once again, we're gonna lead off with our Shawchi against Dandelion. They actually brought it. I'm assuming this is like a heavy wind-abusing team one, right? It is. Oh, Gobidemic isn't their lead Loomian, it's a Gobblegoop spammer, I'm guessing, Len. Well, unfortunately for you, I have got Frostbeam, which is gonna really hurt. I would love to go for Peace of Mind, but with something like Garagolem and Aklos in the back, a little too risky. They go for the Withdrawal into Aklos. This would be where Thunderstrike would be so good. Just like any bulky water type like Luminami, Tsukami, Aklos even, Thunderstrike would be great. But generally the water type Loomians, the bulky ones at the very least, are generally melee tanky. So Foul Chant should be able to delete them most of the time. But yeah, we're not trying to like deal with this matchup right now. We probably outspeed the Aklos, or we should, unless it's Boots. But we have your snack. Not gonna deal with this, I'll just baffle and play around it. So next time I'm expecting Aklos to switch in, I might just try and go for Foul Chant to heavily weaken it. I'm always gonna be a little bit careful around Aklos because every time I battled it, I've hit it super effective and it's had a Rageful plushie. So first off, let's get rid of that. And now I can start going for Heartbreaks. Okay, they go for a Nuller Drudge. That's fine. Whatever their next move is, it is going to really hurt now. Yeah. But hey, I got a crit. I'll take it. That's pretty good for me. And I got the days! Oh, nice. Okay, I'm just gonna go for Null Heartbreak. If they stayed in, I'll try and take the 1v1. But no, they switch out into Snogoop. That's fine. This might potentially go for Poison Barbs, and I really got double crit back-to-back. That is pretty insane. Here, Shawchi. Yeah. Actually, isn't my Strauss all secret? Oh, we are secret. I have a really good answer to Snogoop plan. But I'm gonna go Shawchi anyway still. Snogoop can't really hit Shawchi that hard. They go back into Aklos. Yeah, you're in range now of my Shawchi to knock you out, so I'm just gonna stay in and hit it. I'm not gonna think about this too much. I just wanna get rid of it. We outspeed it, I knew I would, and see ya. Okay, one threatening Loomian down. The only other one I could potentially see being a problem is Gargolem. There's Dandelion. I mean, they know I have Frost Beam. They're probably gonna switch into something that isn't weak to Frost Beam. So maybe I go for Prowl Chance again. Sure. And if they stay in, we're still gonna do a lot of damage to them, and they of course they stayed in. Come on, man. I mean, yeah, that is still a lot of damage. They go for Nature's Force. Not too bad, but I mean, Shawchi's Mystic Wand does buff its range defense now. It is really tanky. I want to go for Pyro just so I'm not wasting a lot of energy, but doesn't really matter. I'll go for Pyro. It should knock it out. They stay in. Nice. See you later, Dandelion. It's cool to actually see a Dandelion. I don't think I've ever battled against one legitimately, rather than someone just using like an adventure team against me. That's actually really cool to see. But yeah, it looks like they just sacrificed their Dandelion to get Gargolem on the field. Probably would have been worth me, Len, just trying to stall out the Gust turns, but that's fine. I have got Wiki Wiki, I have got Ragoon. Your snack I only really brought for the Akalos because that's gone. Might as well send it out here. Right, they're gonna go for Slapdown, that's completely fine. I'm not gonna let you get rid of my Shawchi's held item. It kinda needs it. If it doesn't have the held item, then it really is just a squirrel with a lot of coverage. I'm gonna go for Baffle here. I'm assuming they are most likely Clutch Plushie, so yes, I could have prioritized them to get rid of the Clutch Plushie, but I have Ragoon in the back with Preemptive Strike, so I think I don't need to worry about the Clutch Plushie, especially right now. So let's just Baffle. If they switch, I get my Shawchi back on the field. Okay, well, I've seen Snagoop and Gargolem. Their last Loomian is most likely Whippledrift. Oh, I guess I probably should have just clicked Frost Beam just to hit everything for super effective damage, but this is fine. Now, my Shawchi is actually really low on health now. We could try and Herbal Remedy into it, but I don't exactly know how I'm gonna do that. Unless we catch the opponent on really low energy, so they have to click wait or rest at the same time that I switch into Shawchi, or I have to let Wiki Wiki go down the exact same turn that I use Herbal Remedy to get Shawchi in. Either way, Gargolem's on the field, no thanks, we're gonna go back into your snack. Exact same play. Your snack on the field, incoming, I'm assuming Slapdown again. Nope, Nosedive this time. That's a little bit of recoil, so if it is Clutch Plushie, that's broken. So it might be a Boots Gargolem one. Or Gloves. Who knows? I'll go for a Baffle here. They just go for Nosedive again. I mean, yeah. I'll take more recoil. I can't complain about that. Here, Len. I guess I could go Wiki Wiki and try to get my Shawchi in on the Herbal Remedy, but probably don't need to worry about it. I guess we can just go Ragoon. I'll steal his held item, or not his held item, its ability. Because it didn't get a master boost, I think it is actually immunized, right? Also, it's an alpha, so yeah. Or I steal Ikazune's ability. Okay, I thought this was actually going to be Whippledrift, but that's fine. I'll take it. I could actually go for Icicle Trap here. Yeah, I definitely go for Icicle Trap here. Ikazune can't get rid of it unless it switches out and back in, but if it does that, Gargolem's losing half of his health, and it's only got like maybe 55 or 60% of his health left. Basically going down. Okay, I'm gonna let Ragoon go down, and because I outsped the Ikazune, that means I know this isn't the boot user, so my Shawchi can come in here and just get rid of it. So let's quickly do that. And then it's just like Gargolem, which I guess I'll just leave Shawchi in and we'll see if I can get rid of it. Although I just realized, wait. I got rid of Ragoon and your snack. Both of my priority users. That might have not been a good idea. Maybe I should have kept one of them. Either way, Ikazune is down. That critical hit was way overkill, but it's fine. And now for Gargolem. It's not really worth switching out, so we'll just stay in. see if I outspeed it. It might not be a boot user. If it's gloves, it might be close. Damn it. It just outspeed us. I'm actually a little bit curious. I'm actually going to see, does a nimble Gargolem attack outspeed a very nimble Shawchi? Okay, so Gargolem attacks max speed is 170, Shawchi is 166. So close, but no dice, unfortunately. Let's just go Stratusol here, and I think we should just win. I also still don't know if this is actually going to be a boot user or not, but yeah. I guess I might as well Soul Burst. Not really worth using our Soul move for the animation, because it doesn't matter what move I click, it's going to faint. We'll just Metal Blast. I will Soul Burst low, just to potentially outspeed it if it's not a boot user. And I think I should live a hit no matter what, I hope. And I outspeed it. It's not a boot user. Okay, not sure what the item was, but I will take the knockout. Yeah, Shawchi is pretty good. I like it. Also, I love the Dandelion, man. Actually, really, really cool to see. Not sure why they brought Dandelion and not Whipple-Drift, because I feel like if you're going to bring Dandelion, you're most likely going to bring Dandelion and Whipple-Drift to the same battle, right? I'm not sure what the game plan was. Maybe Dandelion was really good against something on my team that I just wasn't aware of, but I'll take it. It's still cool to see.